So I want to welcome everybody on the call with us today. And tell you what, guys, we've got a lot of exciting things that are happening right now. I don't know how many of you had an opportunity to see the new Steve Labriola video, but that was very powerful. How many different people actually requested pay? Last week, over 29,000 of them withdrew money out through their e-wallet. Over 500 plus thousand new customers came in, guys, in the last few weeks. Just absolutely phenomenal. We're talking about a company, ladies and gentlemen, that is growing absolutely exponentially right through the charts. So I want to welcome you if this is your first time coming to the call. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of great updates that they talked about on the call. So just give you guys a few minutes of updates right here. As far as the Apple, everybody's been waiting for the app to be available on the iPhones, and according to the video from Steve Labriola, that's going to be sometime this week. So all of you iPhone users out there, you're going to be absolutely thrilled that you'll be able to download the app and start using the incredible, what we call a new Telex app. In fact, what I'm going to do, I already have a Android phone, but as soon as the app drops for the iPhone, I'm going to go out and actually get another iPhone, because I want an iPhone and an Android, because I just like the fact of having both. And there's some pretty unique things that you can do on the iPhone version of the app that you can't do on the Android version of the app yet. And so that's how much I'm in love with the fact of what the additional things you could do on the app. So I'm going to go out and get another iPhone just to be able to have both, as I'm showing people about the power of the app, utilizing it, and getting customers. Many of you that have not seen that video, it is on our TelexFREE Universal page. You'll be able to see it there, of course, if you're a member. If not, it has been circulating around quite a bit, and people are absolutely loving it. So, again, I want to welcome everybody. One of my computers are down for the webinar, so everything is going to be streamed on the same system. So, unfortunately, not only are we having phone line issues, but we're also having computer issues, because my main computer is tied in through Comcast as well. And so because of that, we're using a different internet provider today. And so our signal is going to be probably slightly slower than normal. But, hey, no matter what happens in life, ladies and gentlemen, is what you're going to do about it. And that's one beautiful thing about TelexFREE. Well, thanks so much, Carla, and we appreciate you being a part of the team. And, guys, this is what TelexFREE is all about. You know, when I got started in this company back in December of 2012, I was like many people out there. We were struggling. Financially, we were destitute. And we were looking for an answer. We were looking for a way, just to make it. And, guys, bad things happen to people. And as those things happen sometimes, we find ourselves looking for an answer. I was in a very bad place financially. My bank account was upside down, negative $7,000 because of old liens and collections that have come in and went into the bank account and just stripped every dime out of it. And we didn't have any in it in the first place. We were just trying to pay the rent. And the very next day, we got an email about TelexFREE. And literally, TelexFREE has set us free financially. It has just been absolutely one of the most incredible things that have ever happened in my life. And so I feel obligated to share this with other people. Why? Simply because I know that there are a lot of people out there like me, people that are wanting, people that are needing to earn additional income, people that are just trying to take care of their family. And what's interesting about TelexFREE is that they're on the cutting edge, guys. They have some incredible new products. In fact, one of their products that they have out is an app. It's an app for the cell phones. And what's interesting about this app is cutting-edge technology. And and I know, if you're in front of technology, there is money to be made. And if you think about it right now, as you look around, the chair that you're sitting in, or the house that you're standing in, or the building that you're in, that was all someone's idea. And their ideas, ladies and gentlemen, came to reality. But when they went from an idea to say, hey, let's do something about this, let's make this happen. And that's the exact same thing that's happening right now that we're seeing all across the country. In fact, even all across the world. See, as you're looking here on our online webinar, I want you guys to think about something for a second. I want you to think about people who are out there, people who are saying, you know what, if I can get in on top of something that's going to be really, really big, how different would my life be? And that's exactly what we have here in TelexFREE, ladies and gentlemen. See, if you understand that this company is designed to help people change their life financially, that's one thing. But if you understand the way that they help you financially is because we help the company get what they want, and that's more customers. We help the company build a financial empire, which literally helps all of us to build a financial empire. I was speaking with a lady the other day. She said, man, I wish I could change my life. And I said, you know, the sad part is that you can, but if you don't believe that you can do it, it'll never happen. See, here's what we know. Whether you or I ever get involved in this company I'm about to present to you at all or not, ladies and gentlemen, they have something that's spreading virally very quickly all over the globe, and it's something called a Telex app. Now, apps are very powerful. They're very useful. Millions of apps are downloaded every day. In fact, there was one app out there, ladies and gentlemen, that sold for $19 million. Why? I'm sorry. I said million, didn't I? That was a big mistake. It sold for $19 billion. That's with a B, a capital B. Why? Here's the reason why. Because that app was a communications app that allowed people to text one another worldwide for free. And they could send video messages for free. Well, we have an app more powerful than that just released, and this app allows you, ladies and gentlemen, not only to text and do all the other things you can do on the app that we just talked about, but on our app, you can actually pick up the phone and you can call app to app for free, meaning that if someone puts the app on their cell phone and they live in another country, and you put the app on your phone, you now can call each other app to app for free. Now, the power behind that, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You have to understand that when you're not only calling people and texting people, you can earn income from what this app is doing globally. And that is it's helping us to gather incredible amount of customers, over 550,000 just in the last few weeks. And it's also creating monthly residual income for you. Now, besides being the monthly residual income, the company says, hey, if you help us get a few customers, we'll turn around and pay you additional income to help you continue to earn more money. Guys, think about this. They're paying you for the customers that you get, and on top of that, they're going to pay you for advertising to get more customers. And this is what we call posting ads. We copy ads that are already written and we post them on free websites that are out there. Well, you might say that's pretty easy. Anybody can do that. But what are we advertising? Well, let's talk about a few of the things the company has that its customers are getting in rapid numbers. One of them is a My Financial Advantage Plan product. And now what's so interesting about this product is that we all know people that are in debt. But with this product, we show people how using the same amount of money that you're paying on your debts right now, and let's say it would take 30 years to pay your debts off, they're going to show you a computer-calculated model of what to pay, when to pay, and how you're going to pay it so that you can cut your time by 15 years, by as much as 17 years, maybe even 20 years. And ladies and gentlemen, if you were paying someone $2,000 a month, and you were scheduled to pay them for 30 years, and then all of a sudden someone showed you how you can cut that down to 10 years and that person would be paid off. What do you think is going to happen with that extra $2,000 that you now have after year 10, if it were going in your bank account as opposed to going to a creditor's account. You see, it's a big difference, isn't it? And that's the power of the My Financial Advantage plan. This is a $69 product a month, ladies and gentlemen, that more than pays for itself. And at the same time, they're going to show you how if you have erroneous, outdated remarks on your credit report, how they will be deleted. They work with you to get those remarks deleted off of your credit report, thus causing your credit score to go up. So while you're working at getting out of debt quicker, your credit score is getting higher. And then they turn around and show you, hey, once you're out of debt, we're going to show you how utilizing that same money, how you're not only going to have your debt-free date, but you're going to get the date where you can become a cash millionaire. Ladies and gentlemen, there's so many people excited about that product. It's phenomenal. But we have a few other products that people are excited about. One of them is called Telex Mobile, Telex App, and TelexFREE 99. It is literally one of the biggest income explosions out there. Let me give you an example. Most of us are familiar with residual bills that come in the mail every single month. Well, now for the first time, because people are downloading the app and they're putting on the app the Telex 99 VoIP product, that people are now calling each other around the world utilizing that powerful product of the VoIP service, which is a $49.90 service, adding this to the app. It allows you, because remember, the app lets you call phone to phone for free if they both have the app. But if someone doesn't have the app, by adding the TelexFREE 99 service, it will allow you to call landlines and cell phones in other countries that do not have the app. And that's the power of this, is because this coupled with the app allows people to make calls like they never could before without incurring the additional expense. And then, of course, we have the Telex Mobile that's getting ready to launch, guys. As you heard from Steve Labriola, if you saw that video, he's our International Director of Marketing. We're going to be our own cell phone provider. And the reason why I keep saying we, see, I'm just a representative, just like you guys are representatives. I'm just a promoter. I don't own the company. I don't have any interest in the company. I wish that they paid me an extra check, but they don't. The key here, though, is that we look at TelexFREE as far as ownership. Why? Because this is a business, ladies and gentlemen. They're developing products and services that you and I can earn income from as we share this with others, as we gather customers. And, you know, the best thing is that when you wake up every morning and you look inside your TelexFREE back office, whether you're looking at the income that you earned or you're looking at the new customers that just came in or you're looking at your downline as it continues to expand, it puts a smile on your face. Why? Because you know that you can share this with someone and they can actually change their financial future by deciding to become an associate with us. You might say, well, how do you become an associate? Well, it's $149 to get started. There's a $19.90 monthly website fee. So that's about a total of $169 to get started. This is going to allow you, ladies and gentlemen, to be in business for yourself but not by yourself. See, both of these fees that we just talked about, they're tax deductible. So now you have your own home-based business where you now have and qualify for additional tax write-off. It means basically you get to keep more of your own money. You know, as they say in life, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, how much money you make. It's how much you keep is what really matters. And I can tell you after the income that we've been seeing with TelexFREE, how much you keep is really key. And that's the power of what we're talking about here. See, as an associate, you can earn not only off of selling the products and services, but as you introduce others to do the same, you can start earning income off of their customers every single month as they're buying the products and services of the company. But if you really want to earn the serious income, we tell everybody, here's a company that allows you to promote yourself. And one of the ways that you can promote yourself is by becoming what we call a promoter. And we're going to use just one of our products, for example. We're going to say just the VoIP sales of the $49.90. You see, once you have 10 VoIP sales of the $49.90 and get with your sponsor, they're going to show you how to accomplish this in your first day. it is going to automatically promote you to what we call a promoter or an AdCentral Family Plus. Now, what's so unique about this? Well, not only are you going to get paid off those 10 customers that you just have generated, but in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, the company is going to now pay you an additional $100 per week for 4 weeks to help you get more customers. Now, why would they pay you for that? Well, because you're going to do something that's unique. You're going to copy ads that are already written on the internet. You're going to paste them on free websites that are out there that advertise to people. And no matter how many customers come in from that source, because you've already have your first 10 customers in place, they're going to pay you an additional $100 per week to help you in your advertising efforts, your team building efforts. Now, here's what happens after the 30 days. The company says, listen, we'll continue to pay you $50 a week as long as you have, ladies and gentlemen, just 5 customers. Now, this is powerful. I want you to think about this for a second. You have 5 customers, and the power of that is that you're not only getting paid off the customers, but you're getting paid an additional $50 a week for placing 5 ads a day. Now, there's 2 options to making that happen. One is that perhaps you have 5 customers, or what we call 5 customer points. Let me give you an example. We have one person that gave it to a man, and him and his wife both downloaded it on their phone, the app, and they took the Telex voice and put it with the app so that it works absolutely perfectly. That counted as 2 customer points. Now, that new customer, he turned around and he shared it with a friend of his, and that husband and wife also put it on their phone. That's 4 customer points, and one of them signed up for the MFA product. That's 5 customer points for sharing it with one person. You guys understand the power of that? So we're not talking about even 5 separate people. See, through one contact, because your customers will share it with other people, ladies and gentlemen, you could end up having hundreds of customers that you'll earn residual income off of every single week. But there's another way to earn $50 a week, and that is if you go out and help 2 people come into the business as AdCentral families, and this allows you now to not only earn the additional income, but if you didn't have 5 customers, if you only had 2 customers, and let's say each of them had 2 customers, you still would earn $50 a week to help you with your advertising efforts. But ladies and gentlemen, the real money is not just in you placing ads. You see, if you had a few more customers, the amount of money that you can earn from getting ads actually doubles. Let me give you an example of that. If you had 5 customers, and the 2 people that you shared with also had 5 customers, that now bumps you up to $100 a week for up to 52 weeks of earning income with the company. And that's just $100 a week, guys. It's just from posting the ads. It does not include the additional income that you're getting paid on the customers. Now, here's where it really gets fun at. The more people you share this with, the easier it is for you to meet your qualifications of getting the additional money for posting the ad. For instance, let's say you share it with 4 people or 10 people. It doesn't matter. All the computer is looking for is the total amount of customers that you have plus the customers that the people that you share this with have. So as long as you have 5 customers and anyone that you shared it with, if you shared it with 1 person, 10 people, 100 people, when it counts up all of their customers, as long as it's 10 customers or more, you're going to continue to earn $100 a week. But remember, as we said, guys, that's the small money in this compensation plan. Because here's what automatically happens. The moment you decide to share this with someone and help them generate their 10 customers right away, and believe me, the person that has invited you on this call, they're going to show you and help you get your first 10 customer points right away. Why are they going to do that? Because they earn an additional $100 bonus when your 10th customer pops in. And so they have a reason to make sure that when you sign up, that you're going to receive your 10 customers. Now, on top of that, not only are you going to receive a $100 direct bonus every time you share this with someone that becomes a promoter, someone that comes in with their 10 customers, but once you've done this twice, and the computer's placed the first person on your left team, and it's going to place that second promoter on your right team, you're not only going to earn $200, but you've just completed what we call your first binary qualification. And as a binary qualification, you now start to earn on additional team bonuses. What do I mean by that? Well, the person that you shared this with on your left team, he goes out and shares it with someone. The person on your right team, he goes out and shares it with someone. Folks, even though you weren't there when that happened, the computer's going to automatically see a new sale on your left team, a new sale on your right team, no matter who makes the sale, and it's going to pay you an additional $80 bonus. So as your left team continues to make sales and your right team continues to make sales, every time you earn another $80, one on the left, one on the right, you've earned another $80 until you've maxed out at over $15,800 per day. But we're not done yet. You see, the company says if you have shared this with 2 people within your first 30 days, you're going to receive an additional $100 fast start bonus. That's more money. And if you share this with 4 within your first 30 days, you're going to earn $1,681 in bonuses. This is what we call the 1K Club. Now, we got quite a few people on this line that have already qualified for the 1K Club. In fact, as they're sharing this with you, their whole goal is to help you not only get started, but qualify for this 1K Club promotion, which I understand has just now been extended out 30 days. It was supposed to end, I believe, on the 8th or 9th of April, but it's just been extended out 1 month. So, guys, listen, take advantage of this, because this is additional income. And this is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you share this with someone, that's creating your first level. Every time they share it with someone, that creates your second level. And you guys start to understand what happens. Now let's talk about additional levels of pay. You see, just like you're placing your ads every single day because you're getting paid the additional income every week, well, the company is going to, everyone 6 levels below you, they're going to show you how you can earn an additional $2 per Ad Central family contract that's below you, 6 levels deep, every time that they place their ads. Every single week, you're going to get paid off the same sales over and over again. It's called weekly residual income. So let's give you an example. If you share this with 4, let's say you were going for the 4K promotion or the 1K promotion. You share it with 4 people. They shared it with 4. They shared it with 4. 6 generations deep. Your weekly income, guys, will be over $10,920. Ladies and gentlemen, if you add that up, that's over $43,000 for the month. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, guys. This is an example. It's a mathematical example to show you what happened if you were to share this with 4. Now, some people won't share it with 4. Some people will share it with 1. Some people will share it with none. Some people will share it with over 200, like we have people on this line that have already done. So depending upon your efforts and what you do and the efforts of your team, the income potential here can be dramatically different. But to give you an example, the reason why we have everyone reaching to share this with a minimum of 4, see, our compensation plan says if you share this with 2 people and you have 1 customer, you're going to earn the first level residual income off of everyone's customers. If you have 3 customers, now guess what? You're getting 3 levels deep. 5 customers, you're getting 5 levels deep. But if you share it with a 3rd promoter and you personally have 5 customers, that means you shared it with 3 people that have come in. You have 5 customers on the books purchasing the products and services. Ladies and gentlemen, you now qualify for a 6th level of income. And if you share it with 4 promoters and you have 5 customers, you earn 7 levels of residual income. Now, what does this mean? Let's go back to our example of 4. Let's say you shared it with 4, who shared it with 4, who shared it with 4, and everybody came in just generating their 10 customer points right away. By the time that would happen 7 times or 7 generations deep, again, this is just a mathematical calculation. You see here it would be over a six-figure income. But you want to know the power of that? Is that everyone just having and maintaining 5 customers every single month, look what happens to your residual income. That's right. Folks, the figure that you're seeing there is not per year. It's per month. And again, that's in a perfect world, 4 who get 4 who get 4. We know it's not going to happen in a perfect world, but listen, here's what we tell everybody. Whatever the success that your team reaches as far as driving with the power of 4, the income potential will reflect itself in your bank account. You see, some people are not just looking at the power of 4. See, some people are literally going for the power of 5. They're sharing with 5 people. Why? Because they want to become a team builder. See, as a team builder, they're going to share in an additional 2% of the entire company's income that comes in from the customers worldwide. So some people are looking to share it with 5, who share it with 5, who share it with 5. We won't even show you the charts on that because the math on it is so astonishing that most people can't comprehend it. But here's what we know. On every person that gets a contract or comes in with an AdCentral Family Plus underneath you, within 7 levels, ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind knowing that you're going to earn anywhere between $4.90 and up to $14.90 per promoter. And then we're going to talk about weekly residual income. Is up to an additional $2 per week per promoter 6 levels deep. So if you combine that together, imagine building an organization of people coming in, gathering a few customers, and you have an income potential of anywhere between $10 and $11.70 per qualified promoter 6 levels deep. That doesn't even include the income you're getting off the 7th level. Here's what I know. There's so many people trying and have already achieved the 1K club promotion. And they're sharing with others, teaching others how to do the exact same thing. That's the power of this compensation plan. And you know, here's where we're looking at right now. This is what we're seeing. There's so many people that are changing their lives with this company. There's so many people that have been helped out of debt with this company. Does it involve work? Absolutely, 100%. Is it worth it? Absolutely, 100%. I don't know who invited you to this call today, but guys, listen, they wanted to get into your hands the information of a company that has a leading edge technology with an app out there that makes it so easy to gather customers. It is unreal. I had an opportunity to talk to Cynthia today, who's on a cruise this week, guys, and Cynthia told me they just pulled into Florida on their way continuing the cruise, but she said they docked in Florida, and she called me right away. She sent me text messages as well. And she says, you won't believe what's happening on this ship. And I said, what? She says, oh, my God. She said, these people, when I start telling them about the app and how they can call their family members and friends in other countries and call app to app for free and get the VoIP services and call the people who do not have the app all for $49 a month. She said, instead of her enjoying her cruise, ladies and gentlemen, she said there are people, they're lining up, signing up. People are downloading the app right there on the cruise ship with her. She said she's never seen anything like it. She said this is the easiest thing I have ever done in all her 15-plus years of network marketing. She said, I've never had a product where people will come and ask for it from you. She said some of the people on the cruise ship were telling other people that were on the cruise ship, and people would be walking up to her saying, excuse me, are you the person with the app? Yes, okay. How do I get that on my phone right now? Ladies and gentlemen, when you have a product that is that powerful, when you have a service that will cause you to have people coming and looking for you to get what you have what they call, ladies and gentlemen, $1 million opportunity. And the only thing I said to myself, I said, I can't believe it. I should be on the ship. I should be there with her. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you have an opportunity like that in front of people who have friends and family members in other countries and they're wanting what you have, it makes it a lot easier to build your business. And, just like one person said, this is crazy good for Cynthia. Absolutely. But it can be crazy good for you and I, too. We can go to different communities where people have, family members and friends that are out of the country. Share this with them, and we'll have the exact same experience that she's having on the cruise ship right now. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please, if this is your first time coming to the call, get back to the person that invited you on this call. Get your questions answered, but more importantly, get positioned in what I call, ladies and gentlemen, the company with the technology of the future, and that is TelexFREE. Hey, thank you, each and every one of you guys, for getting on the call. Tomorrow we have an update call. We'll be talking about some more of those exciting updates that Steve Labriola put out on his video, as well as any additional new updates that we get. Until this time, guys, this call is officially over. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see everybody soon. Bye-bye for now.